Well, once again, the thing came up and said there's no audio, but the light's on the Logitech camera microphone. And if it's on, it means it's recording and it's getting sound and I can see the image. Anyway, I tried to make 6 o'clock. I was rushing against the clock and I didn't quite get there. I missed by a minute. Anyway, the title of this video, which is a follow-up to yesterday's video, is Unity or War is the Choice. And here's the blurb. Fates de Whynot, by the way, that's a fake name in case you don't know. I mean, that's not who the guy is. That's what he goes by. That's the handle that he's chosen. But anyway, continuing to read. Fates de Whynot's comments about archons continue to take center stage in my thoughts. No, I haven't changed my mind. I'm doing my best to look at this objectively, and frankly, I still cannot see how we will ever have peace on earth, or anywhere, as long as we have archons claiming to be God. They are demonic, selfish, and as it says in the King James Bible, jealous. If that's what God is, get me out of here. I want no dealings with such a God. Haven't we seen enough of what belief in that kind of God produces? It ain't pretty, folks. Indeed, this idea of archons, and that's exactly what Fates de Whynot claims. I mean, he says these are jealous gods, and that's what it says in the King James Bible. That's what a lot of people have been taught. And look at the world. Do I need any more evidence? Look at the world. Look at the conflict. Look at the war. Look at the insanity. Look at religion. Has it been a unifying factor or has it been a dividing factor? If it's a dividing factor, it's not serving a higher good, unless the higher good is just simply to show us where certain things will lead. And if we believe that God is separate, that God has a positive and negative side, that sometimes God is loving and kind, and sometimes he's capricious and insane and a murderer. I mean, what kind of a God do we want? I go to Unity. Somebody said, it laughed. They said it's funny because you rush to get your video done so you can get to church where they believe that God is a jealous God. No, you haven't been to Unity. You don't understand the principles of unity or science of mind or new thought religions, which look at this thing objectively and say that the fundamental part of it, the fundamentalism part of it, is off base. It's been planted by, in my opinion, by demons to confuse us, to get us to fight with each other, to get us to fight within ourselves and never trust who we are. You know, it doesn't lead to anything good. And folks, I've had a vision my whole life since I was a boy of a world that is able to achieve peace. But we cannot achieve peace as long as we have a divided God. As long as we have a two-faced God that is nice on one day and a bastard on the next day. We can't live with that kind of a deity. And if that's our mindset, that that's the kind of deity that there is, or even worse, that the deity is jealous, is envious, and it manifests all the human characteristics that are problematic to us and lead us down a warlike path, a path that does not bring peace, but brings constant friction. If that's where we're going to be, as I said in the blurb, get me out of here. I do not want to continue to live my life in constant turmoil. And that's how my life has been. And that's how almost everybody that I know, in fact, I don't know anybody whose life is not constantly being challenged, because we have these diametrically opposite polarities and ideas of what life is. Is life supposed to be unified? Is life supposed to be loving? Is life supposed to be purposeful? Now, what can the purpose be? Again, the only purpose that I can see in allowing the conflict is to show us what happens if we can continue to believe that nonsense. That there are good gods and bad gods, or a good side of God and a bad side of God. That's a human characteristic, folks. That's how we have been, but we've been brainwashed. We've been blindsided with ideas that, whether intentional or not, have derailed us from a focused purpose on achieving peace, on bringing balance, on bringing harmony, on love, to put it mildly. Love in its most pure form, not its jealous form, but its most pure form, where it is allowing each party to find their way. Now, we've got to find our way. There's no question about that. We have been lost. I mean, I'm talking about the human race. I'm talking about life on Earth. We have been lost, and most of us are still lost. And I've been trying since I was a kid, although I define things differently now than I did then. I've been trying all of my life to dedicate myself to the God who brings peace, to the God who is love, to the God who is unified and not divided. I don't want the divided God. Do you understand? And if we continue to worship and to live and move and have our being in that kind of a mindset, we're going to continue to produce the exact same bullshit that we've got on this planet that we've known all of our lives. And it ain't pretty, folks. It ain't pretty. We need to transcend this. We need to get beyond this idea that archons are somehow deified. Archons are not deified. They are demons, folks. They are demons. They have an intention of bringing everything to themselves, and they do not allow freedom. They do not want a society that actually has a chance to bring good things to everybody. I mean, what a concept. Why should we all be blessed? After all, of course we should all be blessed, because we're all children of the real God, and the real God is love. That's how I see it. And if you want to see it a different way, then have at it. Fates to Whynot, why don't you use your real name? Get off of that kick of Fates to Whynot crap. Use your real name and say what you believe. If you're going to communicate, don't use a handle. Now you say, Ron, you use Paradox Man. Yeah, but I don't hide my real name. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and namaste.